will try to make this short. I believe during the course of the events that will show you many pictures trying to, of course, paint us into a particular light. There are possibly things that we did concerning the Quran and the burning of the Quran, which you possibly may not agree with. I think one thing that we have to remember, I think that this is to a certain extent a First Amendment issue. The First Amendment is actually only valid when I can say something or do something you do not like. The First Amendment actually does us no good if it confines me to only saying what popular opinion is, what someone else likes, and what possibly may not offend someone else. The burning of the Quran is obviously to some people offensive. We charge the Quran in 3 ways, if I'm allowed to read those. The Quran is charged with the training and promoting of terrorist activities around the world. Believed to be a proven fact. The Quran is charged with the death, rape, and torture of people worldwide whose only crime is not being Islamic. Look at the countries. The Quran is charged with crimes against women, very obvious, against minorities, against Christians, with the promoting of prejudice and racism against anyone who is not a Muslim. What's the crime? And indeed, what we did would be insulting to some people, but only to some people. To the hundreds and thousands of people that have been burned, buried alive, and stoned, they would not consider the burning of the Quran to be offensive. I hope they show you the video, and you will see it was something similar to this. It was very sober. It was, of course, not a real trial, obviously. It was conducted by experts, but it was also not emotional. We were not jumping up and down, ranting and raving. We were not applauding the burning of the Quran. We did not have a celebration. We simply did conduct the results of the finding. I think also we have to base this whole situation on facts, which is what we're supposed to do. We don't base it on emotions. We don't base it on what you like. Okay? We don't want to base it on what I like. I don't care what you like. We are responsible for the Constitution, for the First Amendment. I have lived all over the world. I spent 30 years outside of the United States. The United States is without a doubt the greatest country in the world. Without a doubt, except for the Bible, in my opinion, the Constitution is the greatest piece of literature to ever be written. Basically, the one thing that makes the Constitution great is the First Amendment. They say we have no regard for the law. Again, we need to have some facts. I'm 59 years old. On October the 19th, my birthday. And in those 59 years, I have never been arrested. I have never spent any time in jail.
This is a proper argument.
Objection that you are being argumentative rather than giving an outline of the case that you intend to present. I'm not going to stop you from outlining the evidence that you intend to present.
Okay, all right. In other words, I think, of course, that's just obviously not true. I have never been arrested. I have no criminal record. Because of those things, I must have a respect for the law. Otherwise, I would not be a law-abiding citizen. I think that you will find in what we will say today that we have absolutely no intention. And I believe no matter how many videos we have, and we got a school here, and we got a church here, and we got 4 old people over here, I think that area is large enough for 4 people. And we have guaranteed everyone that we are coming there in peace. We are going to speak out on issues that should be relevant to all of us, including the Muslim community. We're going to be speaking out on the radical element of Islam, which does exist, or we would not have this trial. Otherwise, it would not be an issue if the Baptists were there, or the Mormons, or the Jehovah's Witnesses. It would not be an issue. So obviously, we do have a problem. Maybe not in Dearborn, maybe not with this mosque. We're definitely a problem in all we're doing. We're not accusing them. We are just simply speaking out on those issues of jihad, on Sharia, and we may deal with a couple of other issues. But we by no means, I can guarantee that, we are not going to do as has been broadcast. We will not burn the Quran. We will not burn images of Muhammad. We will simply conduct our very peaceful First Amendment rights. So I would just encourage you, let's try as hard as we can, even if you are possibly violently opposed to our views or to us personally, that we would just stay with the truth. We are not criminals, so we have respected the law. All we want to do is exercise our First Amendment rights. As a closing note, free speech zones are absolutely ridiculous. I believe they're unconstitutional. They were not designed by the Constitution. They are simply an invented excuse that we have to limit certain freedoms. Freedom of speech does not have free speech zones. Freedom of speech starts in California, goes all the way across the nation, ends up in the north, and goes far south. That is the freedom of speech zone. Thank you.